Alright, we're here in round two. We're on the draw. Definitely keeping this hand. We've got the Traveler's Amulet and the Double Island. By the way, I'm using a different headset than usual now to record this, so tell me if you think the quality is better or worse or whatever. Please let me know. No, I'm not going to mull. Okay, so our opponent is playing blue-white. He has multiple Delvers of Secrets. He has... oh, we mulled a 5 there. Alright. He's got Armored Scab, Mausoleum Guard. That's about as much as I saw, but blue-white and Delver of Secrets is good. So he will have that going for him. Alright, well, we get to slam our Traveler's Amulet. I'm going to do that over the dagger. The next turn I can crack it, get a swamp, and play the Typhoid Rat. And then set myself up for a nice turn 3 Silver Inlaid Dagger swing. Okay. It's got Elgod Inquisitor and Lantern Spirit. Both of those are particularly good cards. Oh. Well, now we don't need to crack the Traveler's Amulet. Is that right? Well, I think we're going to do it anyway. So we'll get a swamp. Do we have any double black? We do not. We have double blue. So, but we already have that. I guess I'll just take a black. And then play it. And slam our little Typhoid Rat. Now, do I want to block the Screeching Scab with the Typhoid Rat? I think I do. I want to get... I have a lot of those. I have a lot of zombies that require creatures in my graveyard, so... Alright, pretty clearly just slamming dagger, equipping, and getting in there, since we have all this land we're looking at. A little bit of a time walk here on myself, since he's most likely blocking. But I didn't have anything else going on, and he's not blocking, surprisingly, so that was not what I was expecting him to do. Okay. I have a feeling this Briarpack Alpha is going to do some good things for us. Still a little bit surprised he did not block the Typhoid Rat with the Screeching Scab. Not quite sure I understand that. So he's just straight up trying to race. Alright, well, I can handle that. Interloper. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Play our Forest Tack. At this point, I mean, no reason to use Briarpack Alpha. So we'll just do Interloper, and we'll begin to race. And if he ever leaves his Stitch Drake back, we get to Deadly Allure, walk our Interloper into the Stitch Drake, which I think at this point I'd probably be willing to do. But I guess we'll equip this guy up since we don't have anything else going on. I'd rather swing back with 4 in the air. Opponent did mull to 5, something I need to keep in mind. He's doing actually pretty well, considering he mulliganed twice. I think he's just going to try and race us. Cursing, targeting us. Now that is pretty unusual. Invisible Stalker and a Makeshift Mauler. Man, both of those would have been sweet right now. And we get a land instead. That's unfortunate. Alright. Alright, so we swing, then we're going to do Briar Pack Alpha on the Typhoid Rat. Briar Pack Alpha has already been doing quite a bit of work for us, I will definitely admit. Happy to admit. Alright. So, easily can block his Screeching Scab now. We've also got the Deadly Allure, in case something we can't deal with. We can just put it on our Typhoid Rat and get a blocker out of the way. Get in for lethal. If he's still going to try and race here. I don't think at this point he's probably racing. He might have to start leaving back chumps. Okay. Continuing to get in there with the Stitch Drake. Alright. And he's just hoping to chump the Briar Pack Alpha? Is that his plan? I'm going to Deadly Allure the Typhoid Rat here. Yeah, that's still the plan. Okay. So, Deadly Allure on this guy. Oh, Feeling of Dread? He might have that. He does indeed. Alright. Well, that's okay. Still getting in there. And I wanted to make this trade anyway, so we will. Force him to block. Plan did not quite pan out as well as I would have hoped, but that's okay. So we'll play our Diagraph Captain, and I think I am going to leave the Silver Inlay Dagger equipped to the Interloper. I like that more. So, still have to remember this Feeling of Dread, which is actually going to make the race a little bit closer than I would have liked. Trying to think if there's any immediate sideboard options against this guy that I can think of. Alright, so he got his Delver. He still has a Feeling of Dread, so Deadly Allure actually doesn't do anything. And he's gotten rid of a lot of our bombs. Ooh, Spectral Flight. Well, I guess we just play that on the Captain and start getting in there. He's going to Feeling of Dread, tap these two, I'm guessing, and then we'll get in with the Alpha. And ideally beat him the following turn with Deadly Allure if necessary. So, If he flips his Delver with a burn spell, we just lose. So, Feeling of Dread, surprisingly amazing for him this match, considering he didn't even need to have much of a board presence. Okay, as expected, not blocking. So let's see if he Geist Flames us at end of turn and then flips his Delver and kills us. That would be pretty surprising. Alright, he did not flip, which is good for us. Ideally, he does not have a second Feeling of Dread or we're pretty dead. Alright, so now he's forced to block here. So, alright, let's see what we've got. Chosen of Markov. Alright, so we'll Deadly Allure our Briar Pack Alpha, and this ideally ensures that we get in with at least one of our 4 power flyers. I think we were anyway. I don't know. I guess if he had like a Sea Kite, maybe. Well, then he's still alive anyway. I don't think there was any real reason to cast Deadly Allure there. Alright. Sweet. So I'm glad that we could beat our opponent when he mulligans to 5. Alright. Silent Departure, or not Silent Departure, Sensory Deprivation is going to be great in this match against his Flip Delvers. Just 1 mana, get rid of that threat. So it's nice that we have a couple of these. Once again, the interaction between Deadly Allure and Sensory Deprivation is not very good, so I would not recommend running these cards together usually, but in our case we just didn't have a ton of playables. So should I try and make Ghoultree and Scab Goliath work again? Because our opponent was playing Curse of the Bloody Tome, and I'm not exactly sure why, because he's pretty clearly not a mill deck, but those curses would help us with our Ghoultree and our Scab Goliath. But I'm not sure how many he's running or how consistently I can do that. So I think keeping it the way it is will probably be okay. So we'll do this again. Well, I mean, we're getting good hands. If anything, we are consistently getting fixed in our 3 colors, and we've got some pretty good hands going for us, so I'm perfectly happy with this one. Nothing going on early, but that's okay. The Torture is very nice for setting up these guys. And yeah, that's a pretty good draw. Gather. Right. We're going to be Reaping next turn, followed by Diagraph Captain. Cultist. Okay. So he is, what, semi-mill strategy? I'm assuming he's going to be milling us with that. So if we do lose this game, that's going to make me a little more inclined to bring in some more top-end guys, like the Ghoultree and the Scab Goliath, but I don't need to go that overboard yet. Alright, so Reaping. See if he's got Silent Departure or Grasp or something. Okay. A lot of sensory deprivations in this pool. Guess I'll prevent one now. Next turn, when I play the Diagraph Captain, I can stop the Occultist. So I've got that going for me. Wait, what does Deadly Lure read? So it's got Death Touch, but can't deal any damage. I see. Okay. Well, I think we just do the Diagraph Captain then. And pass the turn. So now we can block the Occultist, and so we can keep his ground troops down. He's got 2 cards left in his hand. If he flips the Delver, I can eventually stop it with this Spectral Flight, so got that going for me. He's low on cards in hand, which is always a good place to be in, but Feeling of Dread would wreck our world pretty good here. Doesn't actually do anything. Okay, so still looking okay. What have we got now? Lantern Spirit. Alright, that guy's good. So what are we doing? Are we reaping? Are we playing a Torturer? I think that we are probably reaping. I guess Spectral Flight can hold down the army. Then I'd have to do it on a Diagraph Captain, which I'm not super interested in doing that too. Okay, I think what we do is what do we do? What is the best way to stop the assault here? Play a land. I think we just reap now. I could also Spectral Flight, Diagraph Captain, plus do Falcon Wrath Torture, and this would stop the Lantern Spirit for a turn, but let's just get this reap out of the way now. Get another 3/3 zombie. Good for blocking, so then he can only get in with the Lantern Spirit. And then in a pinch, I can Spectral Flight my zombie token and at least hold off his flyers. Still not flipping his Delver, which is a great spot for us to be in. Alright, so he's getting in for 2. We're going to start return attacking with our zombie token. Okay, so someone was at my door. Oh, wait, why is he returning Lantern Spirit to his hand? Oh, he just wants it to be untapped. Okay. I can accept that. So, what is our plan? Nibbles of the Breath is very good. I want to start beating him now, I think. I want to start getting in there for a bunch of damage. So I think I'm going to start doing that. So let's Spectral Flight our zombie. Attack for 5. He's most likely... oh, he's just taking it. Alright, wasn't expecting that. And then we follow it up with a Niblis of the Breath. So we're still pretty easily in a position to race here until he flips that Delver. But even then, I think we're going to be racing just fine. We've got 7 power here. And it's not so bad if he like bounces a zombie token. I mean, we will lose the Spectral Flight, but you know, this was only from like half of a card, so it's like losing 1.5 cards if he deals with this. And he loses a life. I don't know. It's not like horrible. And now I've got like a tapper available for his Lantern Spirit. I mean, if he attacks with a Lantern Spirit, I'm not going to block, so he can do like a repeat of what he did last turn, I suppose. It's definitely an odd board state. Alright, he's getting in with an Occultist and a Lantern Spirit, so we will gladly block the Self-Occultist, and we'll take 2. So let's see if he just bounces Lantern Spirit and plays it again. No, he does not. So that's a little bit strange, actually. Alright. Yeah, Invisible Stalker, you're cool. Alright, so we'll get in with... We're just going to get in with the huge zombie here. See if he's got the feeling of dread. Alright, he's just taking 5. I can cope with that. Alright, so we're going to play our Invisible Stalker. And I suppose we'll play the Torturer too. We just need to leave 1 mana up for this, so why not? We can even sack something to fill our graveyard for this Headless Scab, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Village Bellringer. Alright. Still unable to flip his Delver, which is very good for us. Not quite sure what his plan is yet. I mean, he might just not have the right tools at his disposal. I'm not going to be tapping either of his flyers. I think it's much more valuable, and people tend to forget that this can untap as well. So it's a little more motivating for him. Like, he might forget, and he could attack with a Lantern Spirit, and then I'll just untap my guy and block it. I think I'd just rather do that. And if he doesn't, then I can just tap a guy. I can tap the Lantern Spirit at the end of his turn. So either way, it's fine with me. Alright. So he sort of anticipated that. But he's playing something. Laboratory Maniac. This guy's deck is weird. Don't know exactly what he's doing. Alright, so we're going to tap that guy. Do I want to tap it? Yes. Okay. Sensory deprivation. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so let me think about this. Can I just kill him? No, I can't, can I? I can come close. I can do 7. No, wait, no, I can't kill him. Sweet. Okay. So we're going to kill him this turn if everything goes according to plan. Taking it all. Alright, so we kill him. So now we sack this, make him lose a life, and then we sack our other huge zombie and we just end him. Unless he's got some sort of instant speed life gain that I'm unaware of. I mean, I suppose I could have just sacked and done that too, huh? I didn't even think about that. Okay, whatever. He's still dead. I guess I did it in a way that was pretty unnecessary, but whatever. So we got to the finals with our sort of strange brew that we're playing. Let's see if we can somehow manage to win that too.